All of these movies really center around this character's kind of deep, kind of intense need to know something about himself, and so you need that personal journey for him to go on. It can't just be that he's being chased.
But he's a character who's hugely skeptical of institutional power, like in any form. So it's the government, or it's a giant corporation, or it's, even the countervailing forces of, the activist community. Like, Bourne doesn't trust anybody. And I think that's why he speaks to so many people, because I think that's kind of the spirit of our times. We're all leery of these institutions.
Doug Liman, the very first time that I sat down to talk to him about this, he said, I don't relate to James Bond at all. He goes, and I feel like there's this vacuum we could fill with an American spy who was our guy, who was somebody that had our values, and is really the opposite of Bond, kind of in every way. So he's got one woman that he's desperately in love with, and once she's taken from him, he never loves again. And he's haunted by the things that he's done and the pain that he's caused people. I mean, the second movie ends with the hero going to apologize to the person whose parents he killed. And I'd never even heard of anybody trying something like that in an action movie. But it was really great, and it's a very different type of action hero, I hope.
The director of the first movie, Doug Liman, said, I want the character to walk like a boxer. Yeah. And I'd never boxed in my life, and I said, what are you talking about? And he goes, and he said, I don't know, there's just something about the way those guys walk. It's really efficient, it's balanced, and it's aggressive. And so I started boxing, and I've kept it up over the year, but it really did change that walk for that character. So that was where it came from. It was this idea that the director had, actually.
Because the whole first three movies are about this guy trying to figure out who he is, and he finally gets this identity and then rids himself of the identity. You find him at the beginning of this movie kind of living out on the margins, and, and this question of, is he going to reclaim this identity, this central question of Jason Bourne, because obviously that's not really his name.